This is looking to be a nice strawberry crop. We have a lot of nice looking fruit here underneath the canopy. And you look through there, you can see a lot of fruit. This is actually our first harvest, so it's a very, very good harvest for a first harvest. Alright, we have a bunch of fruit here that is severely affected by anthracnose. I'm just going to remove this leaf so that we can see it clearly. But here, yeah, you can see this is a malformed fruit, so it wasn't marketable in the first place, but you can see large lesions on that fruit. And anthracnose lesions can occur anywhere, on the middle of the fruit or on the bottom of the fruit. Here's a lesion that's quite advanced. You can see it's covering almost the whole strawberry. There's another fruit. Started in the middle. Perhaps was sitting like this, so there would have been water collecting here in this concave area. One spore would land, and then the lesion would expand. I'm just going to reach over and grab this fruit. This fruit looks like it got affected by multiple spores. The pathogen infected the fruit, and the whole fruit is showing the anthracnose symptoms. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the biology and ecology of Colletotrichum acutatum. The pathogen is able to land on a green leaf and penetrate that leaf and then just sit there. And it might not do much, or it might even sporulate without showing symptoms. Also, as this leaf dies, then the pathogen seems to become more active and it produces lots of spores. And these spores might go to the flowers. Sometimes we get a discoloration of the flowers and actually a lot of sporulation, a blast of the flower. Or we may not see symptoms, but the flowers seem to allow for the pathogen to build up in high numbers. And then these spores, either from the leaf or from the flower or from other tissue, would splash disperse to the fruit. It would land on the fruit and a lesion would form, or the pathogen landed on the fruit, especially as the berry ripens. Here you can see a round lesion, and it's got orange masses in there of the pathogen, and that would splash disperse to neighboring fruit and cause more lesions, and so we see an epidemic increasing very rapidly in the field. Here we have two berries sitting on the plastic, affected with multiple lesions. Here's a lesion just starting, a more advanced lesion. This fruit has got a lot of Colletotrichum acutatum and anthracnose on the bottom and also on the top. And so each of these would have been an independent event where the pathogen colonized the fruit and then the lesion is expanding. Here's a green fruit showing a sunken lesion caused by Colletotrichum acutatum. It's not common for this pathogen to be on green fruit, but it can happen under ideal weather conditions for the pathogen and under heavy disease pressure conditions. This fruit is severely affected by anthracnose fruit rot, and you can see all the lesions here that are on the fruit. And what's really interesting here is you can see masses of spores here. It's almost milky. And this would be billions and billions of the anthracnose spore. And here, on this berry, the spores are so liquidy that it's hanging on to debris. And you can see those spores, massive spores. If a raindrop hits that, it would splash, disperse the spores to all the neighboring strawberries. And that's how this pathogen can spread so rapidly in a short time.